Hi, welcome to the next video, which is about expanding brackets, factorising, solving an equation with fractions in it, and completing the square. So, A, we got 3 times 5x minus 2 times 5 minus 2x. So straightforward spanning brackets. So 3 times 5x is 15x, and 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. Minus 2 times 5 is minus 10, and minus 2 times minus 2x is going to be plus 4x. Looking for like terms, so we've got 15x and 4x, which are like terms. That makes 19x, and then we've got minus 6 minus 10. That makes minus 16. Next one, 3x plus 2y, 5x minus 3y. You might like to use FOIL method. I prefer to use this method, 3x times this bracket, and then plus 2y times this bracket, and then expanding this way. So 3 times 5 times x gives me 15x squared. 3x times minus 3y gives me minus xy. Alright, write things in alphabetical order, and then plus 2y times 5x going to give me 10xy. You get 10yx, but I'm going to write it in alphabetical order, 10xy. Makes it easier to collect like terms together. And then 2 times minus 3 is minus 6y squared. Avoid the habit of making that be 5. Right, the only things which are like terms are the two middle ones. So we've got 15x squared. So minus 9xy plus 10xy gives me plus 1xy, which we will just write as plus xy. And then we've got minus 6y squared. Factorise x squared minus 7x. Some of you can just do this straight away, but if you can't, x is x times x, and 7x is 7 times x. Underline what's common, pair of common terms. There's an x and x which is common. So that comes out, and then in the bracket we just get an x from here minus 7 from here. Alright, so just repeat that. The x comes out because it's common, and then what's in the bracket? We've got an x, a minus sign, and a 7. Solve 2x minus 4 over 5 is equal to 7x plus 1 over 3. So we've got 2x minus 4 over 5 is equal to 7x plus 1 over 3. What we've got to, this is type A over B is equal to C over D, and this is solved by cross multiplying. So writing out the top one, 2x minus 4, 7x plus 1. So the 3 comes up here, and we usually put it in front of the brackets. We're putting in brackets, we get 3 brackets for 2x minus 4. And then the 5 comes up in front of the bracket here, so we get 5 times 7x plus 1. Expanding the bracket, we get 3 times 2x, and then 3 times minus 4, which is minus 12, is equal to 5 times 7, which is 35, x, and then 5 times 1, which is 5. Normally you look for the lower term of the x's, which is 6x, and then subtract that from both sides. If you do that, on this side you're going to get minus 12. Be careful with the sign. And then on this side you're going to get 35x, take away 6x, which is 29x, and we've still got plus 5. Then we'll subtract 5 from both sides, and we're going to get minus 17 on this side. Taking away 5 from minus 12 is minus 17, and then 29x on this side, and no 5 because we've subtracted it, and then divided by 29, we're going to get that x is equal to minus 17 over 29. For the last part, if x squared minus 5x plus 8 is equal to x minus p all squared plus q, find the value of p and q, and then write down the minimum value of x squared minus 5x plus 8. This is called completing the square. So to complete the square, you look at the middle term, the number, and you take half of it. So it becomes x minus 5 over 2, or you could write 2.5 all squared, plus 8. Now in doing this process you've actually added in something. Now what you've added in is minus 5 over 2 all squared, which is 25 over 4. You could just work it out like that, or you could try to expand x minus 5 over 2 all squared using a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And doing this would actually check to see if you've done the right thing here. So you get x squared minus 2 times 5 over 2 times x plus b squared, which is 5 squared, which is 25 over 2 squared, which is 4, and it's plus. If we just simplify this a little bit, that gives you x squared, the 2's cancel out, minus 5x plus 25 over 4. And the reason for trying to expand it is that here you should end up with x squared minus 5x. We've added that. So therefore over here we need to subtract it. Okay, so we're going to have x minus 5 all squared, and to add fractions together we need a common denominator. So 4 times 8 is 32 over 4 minus 25 over 4. So we've got x minus 5 over 2 all squared, and then 32 minus 25 is 7 over 4. Or you could just do it with decimals, or you could use the fraction button on your calculator. Then it says, what is the minimum value of x squared minus 5x plus 8? Let's see what that means. We require the minimum value of this when we completed the square, x minus 5 over 2 squared plus 7 over 4. Now this bit here can never be negative, because if you square a negative number, it's always positive. So therefore, when x is 5 over 2, this bit here will be equal to 0, 0 squared will be 0, and therefore this number here gives you the minimum value. So any other value that you put, fx you put in here, this is going to be bigger than 0, therefore it's no longer the minimum value. So the minimum value is going to be 7 over 4. You can look at this graph here. So this is the original function, y is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 8. This is completed in the square format. It's the same function, and you can see the minimum value of y is 7 over 4, 1.75. Okay, so there's been a video to show you how to expand, solve an equation using cross multiplication, and completing the square and interpreting its meaning. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching.